Hey, Jeremy, tell about the show. I ate too many chocolate eggs. It's Easter.
That's right. Well, we're going to be talking about chicks, my favorite subject, right?
We're going to Daytona?
That's right. No, more importantly about light affective disorder in chickens.
I was getting my bikini ready.
I know, and eggs. And most importantly, duck eggs. We're going to do a little bit about duck eggs.
Yep, it's the rage. It's
That's
the
right.
rage.
We have the Critchfield brothers coming on to show us how to do some lamb trimming, because spring lamb, it's very, very good for Easter dinner, right?
That's
and
good.
this is how you properly do it and do a leg of lamb.
They're great
and
guys,
save a
too.
lot of money, too, by boning it yourself and tying it and stuffing it. Great show today.
It is. We'll see you after break.
Welcome to Kentucky's largest commercial restaurant equipment and supplies store. Seaworth Superstore is a 15,000 square foot chef's treasure chest.
Seaworth Superstore is the store for those in the restaurant industry, churches, and catering. Find chefware, large equipment, refrigeration unit, about anything needed for a volume event. Seaworth Superstore, in business since 1954, offering free local delivery, so come on in and get hooked immediately.
And a complete line of chef apparel. Seaworth Superstore, located at 1403 Versailles Road and seaworthsuperstore.com.
This Easter, let your family know where the food comes from. Critchfield Meats, family owned and operated since 1969. The meats are fresh and hand cut. The side items are made from scratch.
Here's what you can expect from us for your family dinner. A semi-boneless leg of lamb, standing rib roast, beef tenderloin, country ham, or spiral cut ham, and so much more to choose from. Make your Easter dinner one your family's going to remember for years to come.
You're going to notice the difference in the taste and the tenderness, I guarantee it.
Worldly influenced, locally inspired. Azure Restaurant and Patio, contemporary fine dining in a relaxed atmosphere right here in Lexington. Modern award-winning dishes with a distinctive Kentucky twist from the mind of nationally recognized chef Jeremy Ashby. Voted best fine dining in Lexington. Azure is chef-created, chef-driven, and Kentucky proud since day one. Taste something unique at Azure Restaurant and Patio, Beaumont Center in Lexington. And see Chef Jeremy Ashby and Sylvia Lovely on the Food News and Chews, Sunday night at 11 on Fox 56.
Why do chefs choose Lyons Farm beef?
It's consistent, it's delicious, it's got great tenderness, and it's really good for you. This nutritional element of making healthy animals for healthy eating is a big component about why their beef is so delicious. I feel so lucky to be a chef in Kentucky because the best way to express care for someone is to make them something to eat, and I get to do that every single day.
Lyons Farm beef, available at Critchfield Meats and LyonsFarm.com.
Welcome back, viewers. How do chickens read with this stuff on?
So, why do you have to wear that? You know I'm nervous talking to chicks.
I know. We need to send you to Daytona on a research trip.
Please do. Can we do that for a research trip for Food News and Chews?
But I'll go
Spring
with you.
break.
All right, I got to get rid of this because we got to talk about chickens.
Yeah,
Now,
this is
serious.
way too serious.
Yeah, this is serious. They brood this time of year. That means they get moody, a little moody.
Girls are always moody.
Yeah, well,
I shouldn't have said that, right? Well, apparently light affective disorder is real for chickens, too.
Yeah, they stop laying eggs. You told me that.
This time of year, it's so gloomy outside. I kind of feel like I don't want to get out of bed. I'm a little bit dreary. It actually does affect
And our
people.
little hens.
And I guess it affects animals, too. So they're saying that if you add some light to your hen house,
Yeah.
you'll get more eggs.
Well, I think because it's broody, they ought to have a broody call.
Oh, huh? So what they
Otherwise
really
known
need,
as a booty call.
they really need some roosters, is what you're saying.
I think they need some. Those gals need some roosters.
That's right.
All right.
Well, what else
cool.
in the line? Speaking of chickens and eggs, duck eggs are all the craze, right?
Yeah, and you're doing duck eggs, and they are delicious. In fact, I took a bunch over to the state police that guard the Senate, and
You
I said,
did.
don't throw them at the senators.
I
Eat
love
'em.
duck eggs, and the thing about duck eggs, people realize that they taste better. They're more silkier than duck eggs. They have a higher
Oh,
nutritional
really?
content as well.
You're kidding
They have
me.
more vitamin A, more vitamin D and K. They're a little fattier in unsaturated fat too. Lower
Oh, and that's bad stuff, right?
unsaturated is okay.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it's saturated. Which one is good? I don't know. Anyway, but it's great
You're
for
good eating
it's
eggs,
good.
so,
It's good
yeah.
because they're great for baking.
Yeah.
Like if you're talking about cooking in the kitchen, baking, they have a little lighter texture when they do soufflés or any kind of baked items. So
Well, we know
good
it's
for
really
it.
cool because the New York Times covered it.
the New York Times did cover it. Yeah. So high nutrition and duck eggs.
Good.
I highly recommend.
Yeah, but Jeremy was ahead of the game. You were ahead of that.
I've been using duck eggs for years.
You've been doing that. Hey, you're doing a really cool thing. The Bourbon Classic is something that probably will have already passed by the time our show airs, but talk about that, because it's a big honor to be invited to do these things.
Yeah, the Bourbon Classic, from what I feel, is going to be the premier event for maybe, we'd always say food and wine. We're talking about these kind of food events, but this is food and bourbon,
and
that's kind of Kentucky's calling card.
Yeah.
So when it comes to having these events that are across the nation, like the Charleston Food and Wine Fest, or the Atlanta Food and Wine Fest, or South Beach Food and Wine, this could be our food and wine event, but it's called the Bourbon Classic. It's in Louisville, Kentucky.
Let's make it our own.
Yeah, we're going to show off all of our distilleries and a lot of our restaurants.
And Chef Jeremy.
Azure and whatever we cook. For the event, we'll be Kentucky proud, of course, showcasing farmers' goods. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to showcase some of the great stuff we do here at the restaurant, but also see what kind of people walk in that are paying attention to bourbon and the festival.
Yeah,
because it's going to grow every year. I can tell.
Hey, food safety has always been an issue in the last 2 or 3 years, but what happened was one of those things you can't make up.
That's right.
What happened?
The best restaurant in the world at this time is called Noma.
Yeah. N-O-M-A.
Yes. And
don't go there anytime soon.
So please go there if you can get in.
This is a restaurateur's nightmare.
I'm sure they have not had any hiccups in their reservations. But anyway,
more people probably wanted to come.
60 people food poisoned at the best restaurant in the world.
Is that amazing?
That's also coming off of the fat duck a few years before having 560 outbreaks. It's actually in England.
Okay.
So what it boils down to is, these guys, they're working hard. They're usually kids in these kitchens, right? Maybe the guy, mistook a hangover for actually being sick, and he goes to work and works anyway, and people get ill. Anyway, eat in your restaurants, because there's probably more of a chance you get, killed or walking across the street than getting food poisoned in a restaurant.
Yeah.
But things happen. Cleanliness is important. The right way to do is to shut down the place and completely sterilize it. But
that's true. Hey, it is Easter night that we're broadcasting this show, and there's a lot of things coming. Spring, Easter is it's early this year, but it's really coming on, and there's just so much to do. We have a new pope. We have Francis, and we've got all kinds of things about Easter. Eggs. We've been talking about eggs, and I've been talking about chicks. All of those things are symbols of life, fertility.
That's right.
Immortality and
That's
rebirth.
the whole reason that they
did
the dyeing of the Easter eggs was to symbolize fertility. The egg is a symbol of fertility.
And lamb and ham is interesting, because most people in the winter months have cured their hams and their lambs, but now they're getting fresh meat. So that's why lamb and spring lamb is so important. Hot cross buns honored the goddess Istra or Astera, for whom Easter is named, and decorated small crosses symbolize the quarters of the moon or bull's horns. All of this came out of the pagan tradition, by the way. Candy, which I love. Candy, eggs, rabbits, blah, 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 blah.
And when it comes to spring lamb, we've got that coming up with the Critchfield boys, right?
The Critchfield boys will show us how to do lamb, and we'll be back right after break.
This Easter, let your family know where the food comes from. Critchfield Meats, family owned and operated since 1969. The meats are fresh and hand cut. The side items are made from scratch.
Here's what you can expect from us for your family dinner: a semi-boneless leg of lamb, standing rib roast, beef tenderloin, country ham, or spiral cut ham, and so much more to choose from. Make your Easter dinner one your family's going to remember for years to come.
You're going to notice the difference in the taste and the tenderness, I guarantee it.
Advertise your product or service on shows like this one. Contact Media 7 Broadcasting today. Call 859-317-4565 or email sales@m7bg.com. Reach potential new customers in the Louisville, Lexington, and other central Kentucky areas. Get your new ad produced for free by Media 7's audio and video professionals. Call 859-317-4565 today and let Media 7 create a marketing plan for you.
Jeremy, the restaurant startup business is challenging. We should know.
That's right. In business since 1954, Seaworth Superstore is the place to begin. Reconditioned equipment and the lease to purchase program can get you in and going in no time.
Seaworth, with its dedicated staff, can help you plan with CAD services that provide a successful layout.
Dan and his team will help you fill in the blanks with everything from soft drink machines to exhaust hoods. Come to Seaworth Superstore and make your dreams come true.
Located at 1403 Versailles Road and SeaworthSuperstore.com.
Hello, my name is Bob. Recently, I switched my business phone service to Glow Telecom. Now I'm saving over 50% on my monthly phone bills, over $2,000 a year. And I have a PBX phone system that would have cost me over $10,000. Unlimited calling to the US and Canada with no long distance charges. If you want to put money back in your wallet, call Glow Telecom today.
Call Glow Telecom at 888-428-0984. 888-428-0984.
Welcome back, viewers, to Food News and Chews. And Jeremy, it's Easter.
I know.
Yes.
And here with us for our Easter is the Easter Bunny, and also we've got Mike and Mark Critchfield. These guys are the meat specialists from Critchfield Meats, located in Zandale Center for the retail. But they've been servicing the restaurants and also, homes for generations.
You're like household names, Right. Hey, let's start with an interview. We got a beautiful piece of lamb leg.
Delicious.
That's good, right? I'm good.
That's right.
I knew what this was. Right before us, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But first of all, let's talk a bit about Critchfield Meats and just the history of it. Just give us a brief history of that store, started by your granddad, right?
No, it was by my dad, mom and dad.
Yeah, well, that took you back another generation. That's okay.
We started on North Limestone in 1969 and been in business since then. We've been in the Zandale shopping center since 1986. And we expanded in 1997 and built a warehouse where we service about 600 restaurants.
Yeah.
So I have two brothers that work the retail, Mike and Larry, and I run the wholesale with a partner, Larry McMillan.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on, and you're you're going to show us something here in a moment. But first of all, we're going to go a little bit more into it because you do a lot of things with a lot of restaurants. You're quite an operation out of that Zandale Center, aren't you?
In the Zandale, we carry, we're.
It's a great store, by the way. I love that store.
Yeah.
The authenticity of it.
I actually have a unique story. My grandmother was a spectacular cook, and sometimes she'd go to Kroger's and buy a piece of meat. And, I remember being a kid, and she's like, oh, this meat is tough. And she'd always, blame it on the meat, not the cooker. She's like, I should have gone to Critchfield.
I know.
And this was back when I was like 5 or 6 years old, telling stories about going to a butcher shop where there's real butchers. You guys are there in the white coats. And doing it right, cutting the steaks how you want them.
Real
and
personal touch.
The beautiful display case.
And the chocolate drops are to die for.
A lot of the supermarkets nowadays have prepackaged meat. We cut everything by hand and grind our hamburger fresh, and everything is, nothing added to it. It's mostly all natural products.
I know, you're famed for that. Tell us about some of the things that are coming up, because I know you got events coming, and we're getting ready to, when bunny ears arrive. The spring is right around the corner, right? So what are you doing this summer?
Well, we have our Friday annual cookouts, and those will start April 12th. And then we'll have a big cookout, our anniversary cookout we do annually in August. And then we'll have a Kentucky Proud Show we normally do take part in October. So those are some big events coming up.
And you have specials and your website.
We have weekly specials come out every week. If you sign up online, we can get those to you. And then we usually run a Harold Leader ad about once a month.
Okay.
And then talking about spring and Easter, and lamb is kind of synonymous with that too, right? Other people do probably, you can buy hams at Critchfield, right? Or your turkeys
what do you do
for your
most
holiday
of?
table.
What do you do
Mark,
most
what you
of?
telling me?
Well, at Easter time, the most popular, of course, is the leg of lamb or lamb racks. You have your spiral cut hams. Country hams, we've been known for country hams for years and years. So that's a huge thing at Easter. Beef tenderloin, prime rib. All those specialty items like that. Those are big at Easter time.
Yeah. And it is so seasonal, Christmas. Tell us about that. I mean, where are some of the trends? We were talking earlier that Easter is big, but, Derby is big. So, in Kentucky we have extra holidays, right?
Right.
And there's no horse meat, by the way.
Taboo.
That meat is right on the track.
That's right. Well, all your major holidays are big. And during the summertime, you have Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day. Those are all big times. Thanksgiving and Christmas are definitely the biggest by far. Easter is probably the start of the season, really, for us when it kicks in.
You go into summertime, and people now are, they're really into grilling, they're into smoking, and it seems like people maybe they're not cooking as much at home throughout the week, but when it comes to big, parties and weekends, people are getting involved, and it's kind of a headquarters, Critchfield is for a grill station. In terms of you get all the meats, all the supplies are right there.
And a new generation coming in, and so many restaurants in Lexington. And you said 600 of them. that you service in just this.
About 150-mile radius.
In about 150-mile radius to find
and that gives our retail sources, since we handle so many products for those restaurants, such a diverse product line. If Mike needs something, he didn't necessarily have to stock it on a regular basis, but on special order, I might have it in stock, then he can get it the next day. So.
Yeah.
These guys have a lot of flexibility. I work with them hand in hand at the restaurant, sometimes 3 or 4 times a week if we're really busy. They're right there to drop it at the door. But, anything from just chicken to specialty items, like I've gotten things like rack of elk from these guys. They're
but the burning question that our viewers have is, how do brothers work together? Oh, I see you tore each other's hair out. Actually, you inherited that from
we learned a long time ago, you bite your tongue a lot, but...
my brother and I couldn't have done that. But anyway, hey, let's get right into this.
Yes.
And tell us what we have here.
Okay, what we have.
Do your magic.
And you have a fresh leg of lamb. This is called a semi-boneless leg of lamb. Semi-boneless meaning that the hip bone's been removed. You have the shin bone on, and also the femur bone is still in. And a lot of people cook the lamb leg just like that, and it's very good that way.
Just put it in the oven, huh?
Just put it in the oven after you season it, and Jeremy could probably tell you better on the seasoning, but usually on lamb, rosemary and garlic are the 2 great big things for lamb.
Get a big oven sear on it. When it's done, I just like to pick it up and slice it, kind of like
I thought you were going to say.
So good.
Like
and a lot of people don't know how to carve with the bone in it, and they're scared to death. So what I'm going to do for you now is debone this leg of lamb.
I can't wait to see this from a real butcher too.
Do you think I ought to take the bone out of here, or just save the shank?
I'd save the shank.
Okay, so we're going to take the shank off. You don't need a saw to do that. You just take it, and there's a little joint right there.
How do you know where that is? It's just innate.
Well, after 44 years, there's a lamb shank which makes a great dish in its own self.
Oh, if you can braise that down for a few hours, the meat falls off the bone.
Okay.
Amazing just as itself, right?
Right.
Shred it and use it for like ravioli.
Now what we have now, I'm going to take this femur bone out, and you start from the top. This would be the inside of the animal. This would be the outside. So you're going from the inside of the animal. You just take your knife and you follow that bone. Right down, just like this.
Now, guys, he makes this look really. It's actually.
And you just.
My finger would be gone by now.
Of course, in a retail atmosphere, you want to leave more meat on the leg than you do on the bone, because that's my profit. So.
That's why you've been in business for a long time, right?
And then.
All right, there we go. Oh, look at that! Look at that meat.
And there is the femur bone, which is good for your Seder meal. For you Catholics.
Or your dog.
And then you always take the little knuckle out, and then there you go, is deboned. Now what I'm going to do is make one little incision on this leg.
You're like a surgeon, doctor.
And this is a different muscle.
He's following the seams too, so it just kind of spreads open nice and easy.
Now this would be the top round portion. This would be the bottom round, and this is the knuckle, which is also called the sirloin tip. Now what you want to be aware of, there's always a gland that you want to pull out of there. And it's just we always do that, automatic. And that's just a fatty little piece with a little gland in it.
And that can be kind of chewy.
Exactly, and has a little flavor to it. Now, there you are, is a butterflied leg of lamb.
See, at this point, guys, you could pound it out a little bit. Make sure you season the inside, but stuff it with whatever you want to.
Exactly.
A lot of people like lamb and mint, so you want to use a little bit of mint and some cheese and spinach, things that are nice in the spring. Spinach, green vegetables, perfect for this.
And we'll be right back, and we'll do more with this leg of lamb. We'll be back with Food News and Chews.
This Easter, let your family know where the food comes from. Critchfield Meats, family owned and operated since 1969. The meats are fresh and hand cut. The side items are made from scratch.
Here's what you can expect from us for your family dinner. A semi-boneless leg of lamb, standing rib roast, beef tenderloin, country ham, or spiral cut ham, and so much more to choose from. Make your Easter dinner one your family's going to remember for years to come.
You're going to notice the difference in the taste and the tenderness, I guarantee it.
Worldly influenced, locally inspired. Azure Restaurant and Patio, contemporary fine dining in a relaxed atmosphere right here in Lexington. Modern award-winning dishes with a distinctive Kentucky twist from the mind of nationally recognized chef Jeremy Ashby. Voted best fine dining in Lexington. Azure is chef-created, chef-driven, and Kentucky proud since day one. Taste something unique at Azure Restaurant and Patio, Beaumont Center in Lexington. And see Chef Jeremy Ashby and Sylvia Lovely on the Food News and Chews, Sunday night at 11 on Fox 56.
Hello, my name is Bob. Recently, I switched my business phone service to Glow Telecom. Now I'm saving over 50% on my monthly phone bills, over $2,000 a year. And I have a PBX phone system that would have cost me over $10,000. Unlimited calling to the US and Canada with no long distance charges. If you want to put money back in your wallet, call Glow Telecom today.
Call Glow Telecom at 888-428-0984. 888-428-0984.
Why do chefs choose Lyons Farm beef?
When I get things in the kitchen, I can tell like right off the bat. After I get done searing it or put it on the grill or roasting it or baking it or frying it or whatever I'm going to do, the second I cut into that thing, whether it's the resistance on the fork or just the way it kind of slides across the knife, it's got to be right on from the get-go. And it seems like this beef does that every single time.
Lyons Farm beef, available at Critchfield Meats and lionsfarm.com.
As I travel the world, I get an opportunity to go to the great restaurants of the world. And then I come back to Lexington, Kentucky. And I always go to Chef Ashby's restaurant, Azur's. This year was particularly exciting because he linked up with Peter Elias from the Czech Republic. And they won their first ever Lyons Farm International Chef Showcase. The first ever. Winning this is amazing. Winning this using our ingredients, our Lyons Farm ingredients, is spectacular. And now, in these high pressure situations that you get in these kitchens, Jeremy is going on to another high pressure situation. And we want to wish him all the best. We're confident that when he goes into the Savor Nashville competition, the state of the bluegrass would be well represented by Jeremy. So Jeremy, good luck to you. Good luck to our friend. Show him how we cook right here in Lexington. Good luck.
Hey, welcome back to Food News and Chews and our guest star. A bit dismembered, but anyway.
We're going to have a butterflied leg of lamb, and this guy just deboned it in no time. Would have taken me a lot longer.
And he didn't cut it either hand off or fingers.
Right. But it's a beautiful specimen. What do you look for in some lamb?
Well, lamb, years ago people would prefer what they call spring lamb, but now they slaughter so much lamb, spring lamb, they eat lamb all year round now. So you get good quality lamb. You want a prime lamb, and hopefully not too fat, which this was a very lean piece right here. So basically that's what you look for, good and fresh.
There's a lot of things you can do with this cut in terms of, we did debone it, you could roast it whole, but also if you wanted to take that top round off and just slice it into thin sections and flash grill it, that's an easy, quick prepreration.
Absolutely.
Sort of like beef. I mean, you can do anything with lamb.
Yeah,
well,
yes.
in a way, yeah. I mean, I definitely don't like to go over medium with lamb. I think it's a little bit lean, so it gets a little bit tough and dry. But something like this, you could stuff it. He's going to show us how to bone it, and which he just did, and then roll it and tie it, which is a great way to roast a whole leg of lamb.
And burgoo and stuff like that? We're coming on burgoo.
It makes
season,
excellent
right?
stew, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people actually take that butterfly leg and grill it on the grill.
Now, what is this tool here?
That is a roast needle, and it has a little hole, just like somebody that's a seamstress has a needle. You just stick your thread it in there, and
now what are you doing here? Tell us.
I'm tying it up with what I'm doing. I'm rolling this leg. A lot of people like to cook it in the oven, and they like the easy part of carving without having to carve around the bone. So
after you've stuffed it with good stuff, you can tie it up like
you can
what would
season
you stuff
it
with? Yeah. Tell us.
I think, in the spring you want green vegetables, like lots of spinach, maybe some peas that are pureed. Cheeses are great, like feta or maybe ricotta.
Yeah, and put it right in the center before you roll it up.
Yeah.
Making me hungry just
and
talking
make sure you
about
season it well.
How many people do this? We'll go through the cutting up part of it, or how many of them let you do it?
I would say probably half the customers will get it butterflied, the other will get them whole.
Because there's a lot more natural kind of people are cooking more now, and they're finding ways to do that. And although they may be eating out more, they're still getting back to basics.
Right.
Trying to figure out
the cookie
how to
shows are becoming more and more popular, and a lot of people, bring in their recipes. They get off the everything, and they'll.
What are you doing here?
Usually, a lot of times in the spring,
threading a needle, but Being that I'm on TV, I'm probably a little nervous.
Well, I was going to say, or hey, this is a perfect needle for people over 50.
But now the two options, people say, why would I want it boned or not boned? Well, you know, the bone adds flavor to any meats, and so there is something to be said about that. But once you debone it, it is so easy to carve after that.
Right.
And so that's why people do that.
And also, you know, if you can learn this technique, what he's doing by boning out the lamb, you get all this good stuff at home. So if you're talking about, like you said, burgoos and stews, there's your base. That's what you want, is that bone to build your big stock.
Can you make soup with this bone?
Absolutely.
That's why you build a stock with it, and after that, your soups are much more rich.
Look how he's making this all bunched up, and then what do you do with it when you get it all bunched up like that?
What I would do with this?
Rolled. I should use the
You want to season it very liberally on the outside, and then I would suggest oven searing it. I would take my oven and bring it to a very high temperature, so it really sears the outside, about 475 or 500, for a good 20 minutes. And then it gets a good brown, seals the outside off. Then crank that guy down to low, 275, 250 if you can, if you want to wait that long. And just slowly cook that guy low and slow until it's just a nice medium rare to medium, and then let it rest. Let it sit for a little while, then slice it. I would serve this like a spring pea succotash. You know, succotash is traditionally like creamy, right? But you know, ones with spring vegetables like peas and corn, and maybe some mushrooms and tomatoes, just a little bit of butter in there and olive oil, and that, you know, because you don't want to put cream on your lamb, or some people do, but in a nice piece of lamb like that, I don't want to disguise the flavor with cream. And then I also typically make a fig barbecue sauce for the top of it. So it's really, really, really delicious.
Surprise us with a little recipe later. You'll do something with this.
I'll post some on the website, but we'll also do a little cooking.
Critchfield, tell us your website and how people can reach you, and they can find Zandale Shopping Center. It's like Center Lexington, right?
Well, CritchfieldMeats.com. You can get online. We can give you recipes. You can call us and interact with us, and we'll be glad to help you out any way we can. One of the things I suggest, I know there's a lot of egg lovers out there, and this is great in the egg. I mean, slow cooked in that egg, it's awesome.
What do you mean?
The big green egg.
Oh, that big green egg. I thought little white ones.
That natural charcoal would just
create a great smoke on this thing.
If you've never had a leg of lamb or a lamb chop on the grill, you're missing something.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, we've been with Critchfield Meat and great company. You've been with Food News and Chews. Thank you.
Worldly influenced, locally inspired. Azure Restaurant and Patio, contemporary fine dining in a relaxed atmosphere right here in Lexington. Modern award-winning dishes with a distinctive Kentucky twist from the mind of nationally recognized chef Jeremy Ashby. Voted best fine dining in Lexington. Azure is chef-created, chef-driven, and Kentucky proud since day one. Taste something unique at Azure Restaurant and Patio, Beaumont Center in Lexington. And see Chef Jeremy Ashby and Sylvia Lovely on the Food News and Chews, Sunday night at 11 on Fox 56.
Advertise your product or service on shows like this one. Contact Media 7 Broadcasting today. Call 859-317-4565 or email sales@m7bg.com. Reach potential new customers in the Louisville, Lexington, and other central Kentucky areas. Get your new ad produced for free by Media 7's audio and video professionals. Call 859-317-4565 today and let Media 7 create a marketing plan for you.